You know that Tata Motors, obviously
I know Ratan Tata.
Take for a moment what he's doing in India.
Yeah.
Developing a little sedan for $2,300, the Nano.
Right.
Where do you put that in the whole equation of where the future of cars?
Well, I think it's a good idea to have affordable cars. I think the problem with something like the Nano, which I think, by the way, I would say a problem. I think it's a great idea, and Ratan is a gentleman in the scholar and an awesome guy all around.
All of those I agree with. Yes, it's hard not to.
Yeah, exactly. I think where it's going to become challenging in the future is as the price of gasoline rises. The cost of acquiring the car is much less of an issue than the cost of operating the car.
Right.
And I think oil is going
it's
to
inevitable
be very,
that it's already moving back up. And do you have some assumptions in your own calculations as to where oil will level off?
I think it will exceed the numbers we've seen last year.
144.
Oh yeah, sure. Absolutely. I think we'll see it start to approach $200 and beyond.
By 2010, 11, 12, somewhere in there?
I'd say whenever the next boom is. So if let's say the next boom is 4 years from now, it'll be around that point.
Of all your businesses, which one do you care the most about?
Well, right now my time is split roughly evenly between Tesla and SpaceX. So I guess it would be pretty even between the two. And then Solar City is doing great on its own, and the two co-founders there, Lyndon and Peter Rive, have done a phenomenal job, and thankfully it requires very little of my attention.
Right now, the reason to create a sports car, a roadster, as the first stage of this, is because it attracts attention, or what?
Oh, so good, great question. So, because people often misinterpret why we have created a sports car, because they will say, the implication will be
sports cars for rich guys is not a way to solve the energy problem.
Right, exactly. And they would say that I feel that there was somehow a shortage of sports cars for rich guys or something like that, and that was the problem.
That's right.
And not if any new technology is expensive when it starts out. And you can point to pretty much anything, because the first thing that engineers are trying to do is make it work, and then when you make it work, then you optimize and you optimize and you optimize. And if you look at the early days of computers or cell phones or almost anything, even the early days of gasoline cars, they used to be toys for rich people until they were made affordable and mass production.
Henry Ford came along.
Yeah, and then you combine that with
invented the car.
And then you combine that with the fact that we're just a little startup, there's just no way that we could afford $1 billion to make a giant car plant that would make hundreds of thousands of cars a year, because that's the kind of volume you have to get to make cheap cars. And it's also the first iteration of technology. So we had both a volume problem and a new technology problem.